part of that meeting after the game, the tenor of that, what was kind of said, and why was it done?
Yeah, just that was our O-line just getting together. Things weren't good enough, and we'll keep it between ourselves on the exact details of what was going on in there. But we have a standard to uphold.
Austin, how are you feeling, and is your hope that you can avoid starting on the cup?
Yeah, I mean that's obviously everyone's goal, right? But really, there's still no true idea on how this will progress. We've continued to add more into my rehab, continue to do more change of direction, and so yeah, everything's been going good. No, not swelling up at all. No setbacks. So just continuing to add more, and still a month till we get close and see where we're at then.
Yeah, that was a poorly phrased question. Is pup an option?
I mean, I'll leave that to people upstairs, right? And that's why they're in charge, and I'm just here to do what they tell me, and hopefully get out there sooner than later.
Austin, you have experience with the Rams, and Thomas brought some of that influence here. What have you seen from what he's brought of that influence into what Frank does with this offense?
Yeah, I think just both of them getting together and how quickly they were able to merge their minds and just get on the same page with everything. And you got parts from obviously Frank's past, you have parts from Thomas's past and Deuce's past, and you just have all these guys that have just tons of NFL, just true winning football experience too, and just the blend and how easily, from our standpoint at least, I'm sure it is that easy in their staff meetings because these guys just work so well together and communicate to us, and really there's no stone unturned. And the details that they're giving us for the coaching have just been fantastic. And I'm obviously not out there preaching what they say to us, but I know all the guys in all the position rooms love it and are fired up about it.
And you're watching, last year, the last 3 years really, but you weren't here all 3 years, but the tight end really hasn't been a big factor in this offense, but it was to a degree with the Rams, and I think in Frank's offense as it typically is. What did you notice with the Rams and what they're doing here with the tight end that you think it'll be a player bigger role?
Yeah, I think it is. Across the league, tight ends is truly the hardest position on the field to play. You got to be able to run block, you got to be able to pass block. What tight ends are expected to do now, you got to be a full receiver, be able to run these clean routes and get open, and so they got a lot on their plate. And I think bringing in a guy that's done it a while, Hayden Hurst, getting him in here. Ian's played just tremendous amounts of football, high level football. Tommy is coming in now, settling in right and truly developing, and Gio just continuing to just be a dominant force in the run game and making big plays in passes when he gets his chances. These guys are figuring out that this offense is primed for tight ends, and it doesn't mean that they're going to have 1,000 yards rushing, or rushing that too for sure, but receiving. But they got critical blocks to make in the run game, and they understand that and they embrace that, and that's just as important as everything else.
Obviously, Austin, the injury is a setback, but as you're in practice, for those of us that don't think like an offensive lineman, how are you watching practice, and how are you kind of taking in the mental reps and prepping yourself, because you've got to be as ready to go up here as you are when you're clear to go.
So every day at practice, I got a script out there. I know what plays are coming. So communicating to the other guys on the sideline, not in, what's coming, kind of going through making calls as if I'm a center. So that's really the only way you're going to really learn, right? So I'm making all the calls I can, helping guys out, asking questions if I have anything, answering all the questions. So I got a lot of familiarity, obviously, just with similarities to the Ram stuff. So kind of just understanding different schemes and aiming points and angles and things, and just helping guys there, and really just trying to be a center on the sideline from just watching the front and seeing what the defense is doing, just taking it play by play, and it's the only way you can stay involved.
Is it harder than actually going out and practicing?
In a way, because obviously you get on the field and your instincts just take over, right? And so kind of now being on the sideline, forced to truly think just more critically about everything. Think about, all right, they're lined up like this. What happens here? What happens here? And just seeing it from a different angle really kind of forces you to do that. I'm not getting Stanton skis from a guy that's, a foot away from me. And so it's kind of like, hey, let me look at the entire defense, third, second level stuff. What's safety rotation, what's the corner's demeanor. And so kind of getting a much larger perspective of the defense as a whole.
Has the offensive line responded adequately since Saturday, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously I had a day off after Saturday, come in, just have a helmets practice and then pads today. And, I miss a good chunk of every practice, that individual area, because I'm just doing my rehab inside the bubble. But I get out there and they're exhausted. It's been a hot these past couple days have been hot for them. So they're grinding through, and I think they understand just from sitting in meetings with them too that there's improvement to be had, and I think they've responded well.
Austin, you mentioned the Heat, and this might be a weird question, but as PA guy, do you guys get any say on when games start? Like, I thought it was really hot Saturday at 4 o'clock on Astro.
I have honestly no idea about that. I know there are like limits and thresholds, right? But it was hot, but that's sadly I've played in hotter games too. So like that's just the nature. You go down to Florida, right? In some of those early games, those things are brutal. But it's just the nature of it, and I truly have no idea about that.
And wonder just your assessments of the two young guards, Jensen and Zamano.
Yeah, I think Nash has done a phenomenal job just kind of getting in there. Coming from a small school, right, and just kind of not letting the moment be too big for him. And Chandler-wise, kind of obviously hasn't got a ton of reps yet. I was out there today, kind of really starting to see him move around, and just how he moves from OTAs until just kind of some of the stuff I've seen him recent. Just a great understanding of offensive line play and angles, and just a super strong kid, and it's going to be great for his ability to just get in there and set the line, being a guard, right? And so both those kids just coming in, making the most of every moment, every snap, and it's just fun to watch them develop.
Forgive me for shedding my ignorance, but what is the difference between playing right guard and left guard besides sides of the ball? Like, are there like different?
Yeah. So fundamentally, right, it's all the same. But it's the ability to bounce back and forth is definitely not as easy as people like make it out. It's like, oh, it's just a guard, but like if you get hunkered in, playing right guard for a long time, to be able to go flip that brain and do that at a high level, I'm sure you can survive and you can get things done, but it's not going to look as crisp, right? And so it really is a matter of just true athletic ability to jump back and forth. Because just your body weight's different. Your eyes are going to be completely flipped. Your hands, just every little thing about it is. I know it sounds so simple, but until you're got another 330-pound guy come and press the pocket, like it's truly tough.
So like a rookie like Chandler, who's played on the left side for most of his career, played with Icky at NC State, asking him to play right guard immediately isn't as easy as it.
Right, I went through that same thing my rookie year. First couple years there in Cleveland, played left tackle in college, right, and then I get bumped inside, bounce around, playing all 5 positions, and it's tough. But it's part of rookie year, and I think the good thing about our staff overall and Coach Campy is they understand there's going to be struggle. They understand like you're going to get beat, but you're going to see how you adapt. You're going to see how you grow. That's what training camp's for, and so it's a matter of just being able to keep guys' confidence up. While they're getting beat, you're playing other, veteran rushers, veteran, run stoppers. Like, you're going to get beat. It's okay. It's what training camp's for, and you're going to grow through it.
Austin, you mentioned Campen. After the thing the other night, Justin said something like, having been around Campen in previous stops, he said, you don't want to disappoint him. What's he like? How does he coach you guys when things go poorly like they did the other night versus when things are going okay the way they were second half of last year?
Yeah, I think that's truly a credit to Campy and his history and how long he's been doing it, and doing it at such a high level. Truly the best in the league. And the amount of love he has, and just true love for each one of us, whether we've been with him for a month or been with him for 3-4 years, whatever it is, he wants to see us succeed out there. He wants to see us be better men when we get home, being a better father, husband, whatever it is. He truly wants that from us. And when you get a true, genuine feeling from a coach like that, then that's when you get into that. I don't want to disappoint him, whatever action it may be. And it's just his care for us and his love that he has for us just off the field makes us want to be better for him on the field. And it's just bonds we've had, stories we've shared in there, from different life things, from just different perspectives. You grow that bond, and it's really hard to put into words what he truly means to each of us.
Corbett? All right, thanks, all.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.